Morning. Welcome to session 12 of chapter 2 of company law. We are moving on to the next aspect, that is contents of a prospectus. Here, as we have studied in the previous sessions, prospectus means a document which is used as an offering letter to collect capital from general public, either by way of fixed deposit or by way of shares or debentures. So as to collect capital, an offer is made to general public. So first of all, general public must come to know that your company is going to issue shares to them, and those who are interested can come to company and send an application to purchase the shares. So a mean to educate the general public so as to make them to invest on our company is called prospectus. So obviously one question comes to our mind that what may be the contents of prospectus, what may be the information included. Since last 2-3 sessions we have been discussing different types of prospectus like shelf, deemed, etc. Now we have come to the aspect of contents of a prospectus. So basically there are four important contents: general information, reports to be set out in prospectus, declaration to be made, and other matters. So there are four important contents in a prospectus. Let's see the first one, general information to be given in a prospectus. It is covered in section 26 subsection 1 subsection A of Companies Act of 2013. So what are the general information to be given in a prospectus? Let's see. Rule 3 of Companies Act. Companies Act means Prospectus and Allotment Securities Rules 2014 and Companies Act of 2013. A prospectus need to state the following information. So what are the following information? Let's see. See the items I am going to tell now are the information, general information to be included in the prospectus. First one, name and address of the registered office of the company. So since I started this chapter, I used to tell often that the registered office of the company, the main office of the company where the documents, important documents of the company are kept, should be clearly mentioned even at the time of incorporation as well as at the time of preparing prospectus. So name and address of the registered office of the company, company secretary, chief financial officer, auditor, legal advisors, trustee if any for managing the property of the company, the names and addresses, contact details of the corporate office of the issuer company, compliance officer of the issuer company, merchant bankers, co-managers to the issue, registrar to the issue, bankers to the issue, stockbrokers to the issue, underwriters. If demand is not there for your company securities, then underwriters will be appointed for the purpose of creating demand. So underwriters, they are serving against commission. Credit rating agency for the issue for rating your credit instruments. Arrangers, if any, of the instrument. Name and address of such other persons as may be prescribed by Securities and Exchange Board of India in its regulations. So these things are covered in name and address of the registered office of the company. Along with name and registered office, address of the registered office, the things I have said regarding the different officers should also be mentioned. Second one, dates of the opening and closing of the issue. Date of the closing and opening of the issue and a declaration which shall be made by the board or the committee authorized by the board in the prospectus that the allotment letters shall be issued or application money should be refunded within 15 days of the closure of the issue, or such lesser time as may be prescribed by Securities and Exchange Board of India, or the application money can be refunded in future, okay, or even you have fund immediately you can refund the application money. If fails, applicant should be given with an interest for his fund of application money at the rate of 15% per annum for the delayed period. Means date of opening and closure of the issue should be correctly mentioned, and application money, if the shares are not allotted to a particular person, then his application money should be refunded legally. And if there is a delay, if you are experiencing shortage of fund, then application money should be refunded at 15% interest. Next one, statement of separate bank account. Here, for share capital, for capital you are going to collect from general public should be kept separate in a separate bank account. So you need to mention separate bank account. A statement by board of directors about separate bank account where all money received out of the issue should be transferred. Next one, disclosure of the money details. See, the money so collected from general public is utilized for different purposes. The ways in which you have utilized the money should be clearly mentioned. Disclosure of details of all money, including utilized and unutilized money out of the previous issue in the prescribed manner should be clearly depicted. Underwriting details. See, details about underwriting, who is going to underwrite, and name and address, telephone numbers, fax numbers, email addresses of the underwriters, and amount unwritten by them should also be mentioned. Consent of concerned parties. Consent of directors, auditors, bankers to the issue, trustees, solicitors or advocates, merchant bankers to the issue, registrar to the issue, lenders and experts should also be shown in a written form. So, all must show their consent for the issue. And authority of the issue and details of the resolution passed. Who is obliged to safeguard the issues relating to issue of securities, as well as the details of resolution passed. Means there is a need to pass some special resolutions for the purpose of collecting capital from general public. At the same time, some resolutions are needed. Resolutions are needed to be passed in the course of collecting capital from general public. Therefore, here information regarding these resolutions should also be mentioned properly. And we are continue to say that procedure and time schedule. Procedure and time schedule for allotment and issue of securities should also be mentioned. So, in what way the securities are mentioned, either in the demat form or in the physical form or through issuing houses, etc. So, in what procedure the shares are allotted, capital is collected, and at what time the subscribers need to bring money, everything should be mentioned. So, procedure and time schedule for the allotment. So, at what time the allotment is made, regarding these things, it should be properly mentioned. And next one, see, this is very important, that presentation of capital structure. See, the capital structure of the company is presented like this. Okay, first one, total capital means authorized, issued, subscribed, paid up, means number of securities, description and aggregate nominal value. Okay, everything should be stated. Authorized share capital, issued share capital, subscribed share capital, paid up share capital, everything should be stated. And size of the present issue. Total size, we are, say for example, the company may state that we are going to issue 10 lakh shares of 10 each. Like that, the quantum of issue should also be stated. Paid up capital means What's the total amount of paid up capital? Means first one after the issue, after conversion of convertible instruments, etc. If it is applicable for conversion, then after the conversion of some convertible instruments, what is the total paid up capital should also be mentioned. And share premium account before and after the issue. Before issue, if there is any premium, for that a separate account is needed, and after the issue, capital reserve is to be maintained for share premium. Means share premium account should be transferred to capital reserve. So share premium account is needed. In the sense, the capital structure of the company is presented in this manner: authorized capital, size of present issue, paid up capital, and share premium account. And details of the existing share capital of the issuer company in a tabular form. Okay, so details of existing capital. Existing capital means if it is a already established firm, then existing capital will be there. So the information regarding the existing capital of the company and what it is made up of, and from whom it is borrowed, and what is the percentage of return we are giving right now, and what's the number of shareholders, what's the quantum of existing securities, everything should be stated in a tabular form, indicating therein with regard to each allotment, the date of allotment. Means what are the things included here with regard to the existing capital, each allotment, total allotment, date of allotment, number of shares allotted, face value of the shares allotted, price and the form of allotment of shares, etc. should be stated. Next one. Here, the other particulars are: the prospectus to be issued shall contain the following particulars. Other particulars means first one, the object of the company. The main object for which the business is established. Say for example, launching a new product, or expanding the existing product line. So the objective is left to the discretion of top level management. So the objectives may differ from one company to another company. So main objects of present business of the company and its location should be clearly stated. And objects of the issue: for what purpose the capital is collected. Say for example, for divestiture, or for acquiring another company, or for introducing another product line to the existing line, adding one more product line, expanding the market, launching of a new product. So these may be undertaking a new project. These may be some of the reasons behind acquiring capital from general public. So here objects of the issue should also be properly mentioned. In the sense, it is very important to mention the objectives of issue. Next one, the purpose for which there is a requirement of funds. As I said just now, there may be so many requirements. Say for example, undertaking a project, undertaking ventures. If the company is going to undertake a project or a risky venture, then large amount of fund is needed, capital is needed. So it may be here authorized capital is not collected initially, total authorized capital. A portion of authorized capital will be issued and subscribed and called up and paid up. So a portion of authorized capital can be used for additional issue and collect capital from general public. So here the main purpose behind the collection of a fund should also be mentioned. Next one is the funding plan. Means of finance should be mentioned, either by way of fixed deposits, or by way of shares, or by way of debentures, or by what way, taking loan. So by what way you are going to collect capital should also be mentioned. Next, summary of the project appraisal. Means if your intention is to collect capital to serve a project, to undertake a project. Then descriptions about the project, summary of the project appraisal. So what amount the project requires, and after time gap needed, and after which we are going to certainly receive the outcome of the project, and is it confirmed that we are going to get profit out of the project, etc. So here about project, the all descriptions should be stated. That is summary of the project. Next one, schedule of implementation of the project. So in what way the project is implemented, and who are all must be included in the implementation of a project, at what time it is to be implemented, and where it is to be implemented, and what are the outcomes we are going to get out of the project, and in what way it is going to serve the society, in what way it is going to fetch profit to the sponsors, and is it profitable or not, weighing the project, everything is done in this step. So here the schedule of implementation of the project should be clearly stated. And interim use of funds in it. See, if the project sometimes needs interim funds, means in the middle of the project, in the course of project, funds are needed for some purposes. So if there is any purpose of needing which needs funds on interim basis, then this also should be mentioned. Okay. Next one, minimum subscription and premium payment, etc. Minimum subscription, amount payable by way of premium, issue of shares otherwise than on cash, etc. should be mentioned. Next, details of directors. See, details of directors including their appointments, remuneration, and other nature of work assigned to them, extent of their interest in the company, and this also should be prescribed. Disclosure in such, next one, sources of promoters' contribution. Okay, so the matter related to the sources of promoters' contribution should also be mentioned, and particulars relating to, in addition to these points, some particulars relating to management perception of risk factors specific to the project, gestation period of the project, means the total time it covers to complete the project, extent of progress made in the project, and deadline for completion, any legal litigations, actions pending taken by the government on the project, or any department or statutory body during last 5 years immediately preceding the year of issue of a prospectus against the promoter of the company. Okay, any legal actions taken by either any legal bodies or government or statutory bodies during last 5 years from the immediately preceding year of the issue of a prospectus. Prospectus issue should be mentioned. So here these are the general information. Okay, these are the general information. And next one, reports to be set out in the prospectus is the second one. Section 26 subsection 1 subsection B. So what reports? Let's see. Prospectus shall set out the following reports. What are the reports? First one, reports by auditors of the company with respect to its profits, losses, and assets and liabilities, amount or rate of dividend paid by the issuer company in respect of each class of shares. So if there are different classes of shares, on each class of share what is the amount and rate of dividend it is paying to its shareholders, and the report should be prepared by auditors of the company. Okay, regarding profit, regarding loss, regarding assets and liabilities, amount or rate of dividend on each class of shares. Okay, for each of the 5 financial years immediately preceding the year in which prospectus is issued. Okay, and any other matters as may be prescribed. Second one, Reports made in the prescribed manner by auditors, again, upon the profit or loss of each of the 5 financial years immediately preceding the financial year of the issue of prospectus, including such reports of its subsidiaries. Okay, if the company has subsidiaries, then report must cover the information of subsidiaries also in such a manner as may be prescribed. In case of company with respect to which a period of 5 years has not been elapsed from the date of incorporation, if it is a new company, okay, so 5 years, the rule is 5 years preceding the year in which you are going to issue prospectus. So if 5 years cannot be seen, then the prospectus shall be set out in the manner as may be prescribed. The report relating to profit and losses for each of the financial years immediately preceding the financial year of the issue of prospectus, including such reports of its subsidiaries. So if 5 financial years are not over, then the available years, report on available years is to be submitted by auditor. And next one, reports made in the prescribed manner. The auditors must prepare the report in a prescribed manner. On that, profit or loss of the business, profit or loss of the company for the 5 financial years immediately preceding the year in which prospectus is issued should be calculated. Being a date not more than 180 days before the issue of a prospectus. Okay, so this profit or loss earned by the business should be given a date, the date on which profit or loss of the business should be given is not more than 180 days before the issue of a prospectus. So the date on which profit or loss declared should be, and the date of prospectus issued should be within 180 days. Provided that in case of a company with respect to which a period of 5 years has not been elapsed from the date of incorporation, the prospectus shall set out in the prescribed manner. The report is made by the auditors on profit or loss of the business of the company for 5 financial years or for all financial years from the date of its incorporation, and assets of liabilities of the business on last before issue of a prospectus. If 5 years are not over, then it must confine to the total number of years the business has completed. And last one, reports about the business or transactions to which the proceeds of securities are to be applied directly or indirectly. Reports should be prepared of business or transaction to which the proceeds of securities are to be applied directly or indirectly. Means the proceeds of securities are directly linked with the business or directly applied on the business should be, the report of that business should be mentioned. And next one, third one here, declaration to be made, 26 subsection 1 subsection C. The prospectus is issued by the company shall make a declaration about the compliance of the provisions of the Act. Means according to the provisions of Act only, the shares prospectus must be issued, and settlement should be made. Statement should be made to the effect that nothing in the prospectus is contrary to the provisions of the Act. So against Companies Act, prospectus should not be prepared, and the prospectus is issued by the company making a declaration that it is in compliance with the provisions of Companies Act. And not only Companies Act, the prospectus should be prepared in compliance with the Companies Act, Securities Contract and Regulation Act 1956 and SEBI Act 1992, and the rules and regulations made there under. And last one is other matters. Here, prospectus should also state some other matters and set out the reports as may be prescribed. According to the law, according to the needs of law, the prospectus is prepared. Okay, so the law changes timely, and according to the requirements, according to the need of time. So this prospectus, while drafting the prospectus, you need to keep on one thing, that you need to track the existing rules and provisions, changes made or modifications made in the law. So this is what the other matters. Hope you understood. Thank you.